use it on the other guys right now. Let's start with the big four. Let's start with tight end Dallas Goedert. Not somebody I think is going to be easy to replace, John, but there are options out there. Where is your John McMullen meter on Dallas Goedert and the potential for him to return to Philadelphia?
60-40 leaving, but I do think that's higher than I thought it would be at this stage. So I think there's still a chance. Obviously, the Eagles need a tight end. And I think there's a chance he doesn't have the market he's expecting to have. So I think there's still a chance on Dallas Goedert, but I'm still leaning towards somebody will be out there. There's a Brandon Bean somewhere.
That's very true. All right. Since you said 60 for leaving, my follow-up question would be, what would be the Eagles' plan if that comes to fruition?
Well, they're trade market. We've been talking about Michael Mayer, it feels like, since he got drafted.
Yeah.
There's guys you can trade, guys you can draft, very deep draft for tight ends. And obviously lesser tight ends on the free agent market that'll be a little bit cheaper that you can get in that second wave. So you're going to have to bring in multiple bodies. I think they draft two. They'll bring in some undrafted guys. They may sign a guy on a 1-year deal. They got to remake the whole room pretty much. They could bring Kylan Granson back. I doubt they'll bring Calcaterra back, but they're going to have to bring in multiple tight end bodies, even if Dallas Goedert is back, most likely.
Well, we'll see what ends up happening with Dallas Goedert. 60 on the way out. What do you think his deal will be? Even if it's not here, 10 mil a year, or is that going to be too rich?
Well, I think it might be too rich for the Eagles. I think that's what he wants to see. Anything over 10 million, I think he's gone. Certainly 2 years, I think he's gone. And anything over 10 million, I think he's gone. Can he get that? Well, let's see if people are sucked in by 13 touchdowns. Or they look at the film and say, what is this guy blocking?
Yeah, but does every team want a tight end that can block great,
No, but as you get closer and closer to the entire league playing the same offense, yes.
That's so true.
Because everybody's playing that offense, which is one of the reasons I don't want to play that offense, because I'm not a groupthink guy. Then it becomes, how many times have I said this, Andrew? Then it becomes who does it best. And you're not going to do it best. I got news for you. Certainly not early. Maybe a couple of years down the road, if you have more talent, but you're going to do it better than Shanahan or McVay? Come on.
I don't think so. All right, John, next player, Nakobe Dean. Where's your meter? What's the number right now?
100% out.
Wow, hundo?
I know people hate certainty. 100% out. That's a great line from Zero Dark 30. You're not a movie guy. Great movie. You should watch it.
I think I've seen that movie. No,
I
do know it. I've heard good things.
It's about it won a bunch of awards. About when we killed Osama bin Laden.
That's right. My brother loves that movie.
But they were doing the certainty. They were having the meeting about having the, mission to kill bin Laden. And they wanted, 100% certainty. But all the weasel, CIA, Department of Defense, they never talk in certainty. Well, 60-40, it's him. 60, just what we're doing. And then Jessica Chastain, who plays the main character, goes, I know you guys hate certainty, so I'll say 95%, but fuck it, 100% it's him. 100% he's out. Fuck it. I was going to say 95. I know uncertainty freaks people out. 100%. He's not coming back. You drafted Jihad Campbell. Sometimes Occam's razor applies.
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
I remember that line from Zero Dark 30 reminds me of, have you ever seen the show Billions?
No. I've heard good things, but I haven't.
Yeah, I used to love that show. I don't know how many seasons they're on now, but I did like it the first couple seasons. But they did the insider trading stuff, and that would be his way to ask his analyst if the inside information they had. He said, "Are you uncertain, or what's your level of certainty or something? And they had like a little code word basically of like, in other words, I know what's happening here. We're going to make the bet. So good one there. All right. So if Nakobe Dean's a hundo P gone, John, I guess you don't need a replacement, right? I mean, you got Jahad Campbell, you got Trotter, you got Munden. Yeah, there's no. All right. What do you think Nakobe Dean will get in the open market?
Oh, that's a good question. Because of his injury history, I think it might be a 2-year deal. Will he cross 10 million? I think he will. The Eagles certainly think he will. So I think somewhere 2 years, 25 maybe ish. Somewhere in that range. But,
that's pretty significant money.
Well, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, just, with the injuries, I wasn't sure. But,
well, I mean, I'm not sure. If you ask me certainty on contracts, I'm not I'm not going to Jessica Chastain you. I'm going to go 10%. These fucking numbers are, I mean, his medicals could be awful. And that's where my 100% certainty leaving could blow up on me.
Yeah.
Because, if everybody believes he's not going to be healthy or he's not healthy, maybe you get him back on a 1-year deal, but fuck it. I'm going 100% out.
I like it. All right. We'll see what happens with him. John, next free agent. We've talked about most of them. Let's go read Blankenship next. Percentage, where is it?
I'm 55-45. He's back.
Ooh, okay.
I think most people are not thinking he's leaving from what I gather, but I think the Eagles love him. I know Vic loves him. He loves being here. He and Cooper are thick as thieves. I don't think I think the Eagles take pride in finding him. It's an undrafted guy from Middle Tennessee State. I think that plays into it. He, leader of the defense, and you're losing another leader in Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think he's going to be back.
What do you think the deal will look like?
2 years, 20.
I think that's right on the bar. Yeah, that's right where I am too. And the 2 years, 20 sounds good to me. I would probably do that deal. I know some people don't love Reed Blankenship, but yeah, the defense has been the backbone of the team, John. I mean, you got to be careful with letting too much of that go, right?
Well, you would think, but the whole point of this is because they have to pay so many of these defenders moving forward, the higher level defenders, the Jalen Carters, the Jordan Davises, Jelix Hunts, Nolan Smiths, whichever you choose, Jaylen Phillips, Zach Bond, you already paid, on and on and on, Quinyon and Cooper. It's just ridiculous. That's one of the reasons this is a retention off season, because they got to pay some of these guys. And I even mentioned Morrow because I don't think they can pay him. There's unintended consequences for everything, including drafting well. And that's the unintended consequence.
All right, good stuff there. Here we go with Jaylen Phillips. You've given the number on this one, but just give it again for the sake of the segment, Johnny Mac.
4 years, $100 million.
And he's back in Philly. What's your?
I think he's gonna be back. I think he's willing to give a little bit. I think he liked it here. I think he liked the fit. He knows it's a good team. He loves playing with Vic. Just kind of give him a little bit of a discount, and he'll be back.
Discount. He's getting married. He's got a kid on the way. I don't think he's taking. Wow. Drew Rosenhaus is his agent. He's not taking the damn discount.
Little bit of a discount. What's the difference between 25 million and 27 million?
Now you go ask Drew Rosenhaus that question, or Jaylen Phillips.
Drew. Drew's got a good relationship with the Eagles. He knows.
I'm saying no discount, John.
He knows. It's better. Guess what? It's better to play 4 years at 25 million than to play 2 at 30 because you don't live up to expectations. And 90% of these guys signed, I'm exaggerating. That's too high. 50% of the guys who signed big contracts will be out in 2 years because they won't live up to the expectation. Look at somebody like Edmonds in Chicago. Actually, is a good player. He's cut. He's cut because he made too much money, and he played pretty well.
Yeah.
Same thing happens every year. Third year out. You know, I even hesitate. I said that's going to happen to Milton Williams. Everybody said no. Milton lived up to the expectation. He certainly did. I still would bet you a third year he's out. Still.